I think we started. We had some thoughts going into the season. Last year was difficult. We had a lot of injuries, so we've always got to look back on what went right, what went wrong. Those are three questions: what did we do well, what didn't we do well, and what resources aren't we using? That's kind of what I use after every season. And we just wanted to change some things up preseason wise, kind of go ease into the season a little bit more. And I think we did pretty well with our injuries. I mean, Phil got banged up. We ended up coming back. But as a whole, I think we did a lot better than last year, which was good. And that was a big focus on making sure. I mean, our sport is we train for 3 days in March, right? That's everything we do is for that. So we wanted to make sure we're ready going into the national tournament and get enough guys, more guys out there. So I felt. And the training was good in that part. And then I think we pulled back when we needed to, pushed when we needed to. Guys responded. And we ended up having, a very successful year as far as, some big duels wins. And we did well at the Midlands and Vegas, got some guys placing. And that's exciting, and that's what we need. Yeah, I think the younger guys, I mean, it's a tough sport to jump in right away. And we had freshmen at 133, 141, 149 all year, and they didn't miss matches. They kind of went right through, and that's hard to do, to juggle and everything here. So I was real proud about that. I thought they did a great job. Very talented guys, work hard. So I think that paid through. They had some big wins throughout the year. They ended up getting some good wins to help us, right? So that's going to help them. They have a year under their belt now. Now they know, and I think we got some other guys that are really stepping up, and I'm really looking forward to how some of the guys that are seasoned guys. Josh Kim, I think he's been phenomenal since he got here, and I think he's starting to understand that. It took him a while to figure that out, but he's right there with some of the top guys. And we, 84, we got, a bunch of guys that can do it, with Leo and Luke Rada and Peter Ferraro. We got guys that really can do a good job there. Alex Whitworth's in there at 174, 184. So, it's going to be exciting. And I saw some younger guys, sophomores really take a step this year. That I'm looking forward to them getting in the lineups next year. So it should be good. And for that, we've got to do a lot of things getting up to that. Our EIWA tournament was good. We were winning some of those close bouts, which was just exciting. And Josh had an overtime bout to go, and he did it. And that was great. And Phil, lost first round and come all the way back and took a fourth and qualified. And we talked about Diego. I mean, Diego, he is good. I mean, he can do great things, and he's got a number of years left. So he got a great experience this year. So that was awesome. We haven't had four guys go in a long time, and that's just showing the team, like, hey, this is what we're trying to do. And we keep putting the work in. I'm going to get out to the national tournament. I think it's a life-changing tournament. I think you go out and compete in that tournament, it's going to change your life. And if that's what we're gearing for, and that's what we want, when people walk away being like, that was awesome, I was competing with the best, and now I know I can do that, right? So that's exciting. It's exciting to get guys at that level. I think that comes back. We come back and we have a good off season because guys are starting to believe in themselves and the program and what we're trying to do and really what we're focusing on. But I feel we could have done a better job at the NCAAs, but it's a process. We did really well at the EIWAs. Next year we'll do well at both. That's what we're trying to do. And I think I can't say enough about Phil. He missed 6 weeks with a knee, and comes back, and then right before the Nationals he sprains his ankle, and then doesn't step on the mat until the day we leave for EIWAs, right? So it's like he still goes and qualifies and goes out to Nationals and does well. Not what he wanted, but I'm amazed he was even there. So that was cool. That shows a lot to the guys on the team, what you can do. So that was exciting. Yara was close. This is 2 years in a row we're close, knocking on the door. I think we go out and do that again. I think he can place. But it is what it is, and I think luckily he's got a couple years, in the future to help out. So, but he's been, pacing the team for the last 4 years as far as going out there and winning. So I think he's real close. And yeah, I think the seniors, we got a mixture of guys that competed, guys that didn't compete, but I think it was a great group as far as holding everybody together. Yar, like I said, paced the team from day one. That was his first trip to the NCAA tournaments in 4 years, which was crazy. He's been a top wrestler since he was a freshman. Michael Doggett, can't say enough about him. His leadership ability. He's a 74-pounder, wrestled 197 all year just because we needed somebody. He'd do anything for the team, so he led the team. He did a great job. I just think that's a group of guys that really kind of hung in there. And what I saw this year is my seniors who maybe didn't compete, they stepped up, on the side and were starting to help a lot more. I enjoyed that. That was cool to see, as opposed to just kind of putting your time in. And I think guys really care about what's going on here and care about the guys on the team. So it's always, bittersweet that they're leaving. But I always talk to them about your legacy, what you're trying to leave, and how you want the program better than it was when you got here, and that's going to take a lot of work. And so I think we have goals, but our top goals is basically to be the best version of ourselves, right? Like we want to try to make sure if our guys are doing, what they're trying to do to be the best version, and that's going to come into everybody, like everybody else is going to do what they need to do. So, I think I'm happy for them. I'm proud of them, and I think they really helped our program through a couple of years where we struggled, and I think they can see where we're going right now.